1 in 4 Americans can't afford their prescriptions. Not because they're irresponsible, because the price of staying alive has become a luxury. People are cutting pills in half, skipping doses, choosing between insulin and groceries. This is what rationing medicine looks like in America right now.
Can we talk about how crazy prescription prices are right now? They really told me and my husband and I make too much money to get extra help, but not enough to action medication. Like, what do they expect people to do? Just not take what they need? Like, I have to buy it. We're working, we're paying bills, doing everything right, and we're still getting hit with these insane prices at the pharmacy. Like, hello, but we don't qualify for extra help. Is anybody else having this issue? There has to be more people dealing with this because this is honestly ridiculous. Like, yes, we make money, but they don't also factor in that we have other bills to pay too. Let me know in the comments if you or someone you know is dealing with this and how to do it. I don't know.
I have a chronic illness and I have not been able to work for 3 years. I just got a call today from a debt collector, and to some people $500 is not a lot, but I have not worked in 3 years and I cannot work, so I have no income. They said the original cost was $4,000 and they ran it through insurance, and insurance says that I owe $500. We explained to them, I have a chronic illness, I cannot work and have not worked for 3 years. My disability ran out about a year and a half ago. And for the specific condition I have and for how young I am not able to go on permanent disability. So then we asked if there's any charity or things that we can apply for to help us pay for this. And he said no. So then I was like, well, what am I supposed to do then? And he just said, when you could pay it, you're gonna have to pay it. So I said, okay, can there be a pause on the interest that it's just growing in over time? And he said no. Genuinely, how are people supposed to live? It's so, sickening and just heartbreaking. And I don't know what to do. I'm not the only one who has gone through this. So if you have, just what are some things that you did to get help, I guess? I'm already doing everything I can here. I try to sell things around my house, and I've tried to apply for DoorDash and Grubhub, but none of those places are accepting people. So what does one do in this situation?
See these two boxes right here? They are the exact same thing. Both contain 5 pens of rapid-acting insulin. The only difference is I bought this box in Italy and I bought this box in the United States. Last week, I bought this box at a corner store pharmacy in Florence, Italy for 40 euros, which is roughly 48 US dollars. I bought this box today at a pharmacy in South Carolina in the United States, and it cost me $25 with insurance. The kicker is the cash pay price for this box within the United States would have been $721.68. These are the exact same thing. This one cost me roughly $50, and if I would have paid cash, this one would have cost me $720. They're the exact same thing, but the cash price difference between the two is nearly $700. How is that even possible? How is that even a thing? It's a life-saving medication that literally diabetics have to have.
My name is Maurice. I'm a pharmacist, and this price difference that she's talking about, this is by design. The US has no centralized government price controls, meaning that the manufacturer can set whatever price they want. In other countries, their government actually puts a hard cap on the cost of their drugs. We don't do that here. Then you have pharmaceutical patent protection. So manufacturers use patent monopolies and incremental changes to your formulary to specifically block generic competition. Somehow it's legal and it happens consistently. For example, Xarelto, that is a very expensive life-saving blood thinner, and in other countries, you can get the generic. Yet here in the US, the patent's still protected, so it is still very expensive. We have pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs, who are the middlemen between your insurance company and the pharmacy. PBMs receive a rebate based on the percentage of the list price. So if the medication is more expensive, the PBM is gonna get paid more. So there is an incentive to keep those prices high. Your insurance pays more, the PBM pockets the rest. Then if you're not mad enough, we also have direct-to-consumer advertising, which is not legal in most countries. So manufacturers are able to market to us, as you see on several commercials, several advertisements. And the difference is that since they can market to us, they cook that into the price of their medication as well. So we are paying an inflated price as well because our country allows these manufacturers to advertise to us. Basically, to sum everything up, it's just legalized corruption. That's why we pay so much.
Here's what they don't tell you. Insurance is supposed to make this better, but with copays, deductibles, and formularies designed to confuse you, Millions of people pay premiums every month and still can't afford what their doctor prescribed. The insurance company makes money when you don't fill that prescription. The pharmaceutical company profits when they raise the price. And you're left standing at the pharmacy counter doing math you should never have to do.
I can't be the only one seeing this change, right? I pay a shit ton a year for medical insurance, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything anymore. You go in to make an appointment, it takes months to go get seen. Forget about seeing a specialist. You might be waiting 6 months. And then when you do get to see them, you get hit with a bill as if, like, I'm rich. I swear, last year I had the same test run. I paid a copay. Normal, 40, 50 bucks, who knows? This year, same test, I got hit with a bill for 300 beans. What the fuck? It can't just be me. Canada, here I come.
It's for the drugs that are on Trump RX.
I'm not talking about drugs. You said we pay the lowest prices in the world for prescription
For those
drugs.
drugs we do.
I'm sorry?
For those drugs we do, Senator.
Well, for certain drugs. But in general, would you agree with the Rand Corporation and every other independent survey that we continue to pay the highest prices in the world? You agree with that?
Many drugs are not covered by the agreements yet.
On average, do we pay the highest prices in the world?
So I follow Dr. Rubin, the immunologist, content creator on here, and he was posting a video that a woman was talking about why her over-the-counter allergy medicine, like, Zyrtec, Claritin, and all of those, so darn expensive all of a sudden. Well, Dr. Rubin, I have an answer for that. And I've been talking about it, but people don't hear me sometimes. Most of our over-the-counter medications, even first aid stuff, are manufactured in India. They are our biggest supplier of over-the-counter medications, but they also create quite a bit of our generic medications that we take that are prescription. And they're right there in that Strait of Hormuz, in that conflict. So not only do you have the issues with the supply chain, gas increased prices, you also have a manufacturer, a very large manufacturer that supplies us with those types of medications involved in a very shut down Strait of Hormuz. And our administration and our GOP Senate Congress is doing nothing to stop that or to help us to give any kind of support for that. I did talk about, if you're going to stock up, that's one to focus on is over-the-counter medications. We have limitations on prescriptions. Your prescriptions are going to get expensive too. But at least you can try to address the over-the-counter and stock ahead before the real big costs come. But he was showing Target and Walgreens and that they were already up to almost $50. And that's why. And it's going to get worse.
The United States pays the highest drug prices in the world, not because our medications are better, because our system was built to profit from sickness. In Canada, insulin costs $12. In Germany, $7. In America, the same drug, made by the same company, can cost $300. We are the only wealthy country where people die because they cannot afford to refill a prescription. If you have ever had to skip a dose, split a pill, or just stare at a prescription you couldn't fill, this video is for you. Subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me, have you or someone you love ever had to ration medication? Because this conversation is not going away.